All right, so now that we're done with 2.2, we're going to take a look at 2.3, biconditionals and good definitions. Okay, so we're going to go to the next level. Our objective is to write biconditionals, so we're just adding bi as in two, and recognize a good definition. All right. So the term, if the converse of a conditional statement is true, so the ones we did in 2.2, none of them were true, is true, it can be written in biconditional format, which means if and only if. All right? So the procedure for this is pretty straightforward. If necessary, rewrite in conditional format. Then write its converse and determine its truth value. Again, you got a 50-50 shot there, true or false. Okay? So if necessary, rewrite in conditional format, write its converse and determine its truth value. If step 2 is true, rewrite in biconditional format. All right, so a pair of supplementary angles has a sum of 180 degrees. If a pair of angles are supplementary. All right, if a pair of angles are supplementary, then they have a sum of 180 degrees. Then they have a sum of 180 degrees. All right? So the converse, if two angles or a pair of angles have a sum of 180, all right, have a sum of 180, then the angles are supplementary, which is also true. So now we have one where the original converse is true, all right, where the original converse is true, and the converse is true and the original conditional is true, both of which are true. As a result, when we put it in biconditional format, we have if and only if, and we put that in the middle. The if and only if is in the middle, so two angles are supplementary. And that is the symbol for if and only if, the double arrow. Two angles are supplementary, if and only if. They have a sum of 180. All right, two angles are supplementary, if and only if they have a sum of 180. And because it's reversible, you could write it the other way too. Two angles have a sum of 180, if and only if they're supplementary. All right, now, if you can do it and visualize without writing everything down, it's fine. If two angles have equal measures, then the angles are congruent. Absolutely true. If two angles are congruent, then they have equal measures. Also true. So basically what that's going to tell us is two angles are congruent if and only if they have the same measure. All right, so the if and only if always goes in the middle, and it's reversible. You can switch it around and say two angles have the same measure if and only if they are supplementary. A couple of housekeeping issues. Everybody loves housekeeping, doing a little sweeping, doing a little mopping, doing a little garbage takeout, okay? P, if and only if Q. If we have to write out the word. And then the symbol, P. And then, like we said, the double arrow. All right, now that leads us to what makes a good definition. Uses terms defined in class. Precise. All right, precise words. Reversible. Reversible. All right, meaning the biconditional is always possible. A quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Boom, we're using terms like polygon that hopefully you've seen before. All right. Quadrilateral, we know what we're talking about. Sides, we know what that is. Precise, numbers. So we're using terms. So we could rewrite that in biconditional format. A polygon is a quadrilateral if and only if it has 4 sides. A polygon has 4 sides if and only if it's a quadrilateral. So that's a good definition. All right. If you look in your book on page 100, okay, if you look in your book on page 100, all right, a fish is an animal that swims. True, but other animals swim. Rectangles have 4 corners. Well, we don't exactly know what a corner. We don't know what we mean by a corner. Giraffes are animals with very long necks. True, but there are other characteristics of giraffes, and there are other animals with long necks. And then D, a penny is a coin worth 1 cent. D seems to be the best out of the bunch because it is precise. All right, so there you go. That's 2.3. You're off to the races to do 2.2 and 2.3. I hope it all works out for you. And then later in the week, we'll go through other examples for you to work on to help you guide you. All right, have a good one.